You awaken to the color white. It is not a gentle white, not the white of clouds or fresh snow. It is a sterile, seamless white. The walls, the floor, the ceiling, all one solid piece. The light does not come from a bulb. It simply exists. It hums with a low, perfect energy. You are on a soft, slightly yielding surface. It is the only thing in this room that is not white. It is a dull, unassuming gray. You sit up slowly. There is no pain, no memory of violence, just a clean break between then and now. You run a hand through your hair. Your clothes are gone. You are dressed in a simple gray, one-piece tunic. It is coarse but not uncomfortable. This place is quiet. Too quiet. A deep, humming silence that feels heavy. A section of the far wall shimmers. It becomes transparent. Beyond the barrier, they stand. They are tall, impossibly slender. Their limbs are long and elegant. Their skin is the most remarkable thing. It shifts with soft, internal light. Patterns like liquid circuitry flow across their bodies. They have no visible mouths, no ears, just two large, dark eyes. They watch you. You stand up, walking to the transparent wall. You press your hand against its cool surface. There is no give. One of the beings mirrors your gesture. Its three-fingered hand rests opposite yours. Its patterns of light ripple with curiosity. They are not hostile. They seem to be scientists. And you are the specimen on the slide. You feel a strange sense of calm. The situation is absurd. At least the room is clean. A new sensation begins. It is a pressure, a gentle probe against the inside of your skull. It is not painful. It is intimate. And it is entirely unwelcome. They are searching your mind, looking for the spark, the light of consciousness they understand. You can feel their mental touch. It is like 1,000 soft whispers, a chorus of inquiry. They are looking for your thoughts, your emotions, your sense of self, but they find nothing they can recognize. Your mind is not a place of shared light. It is not a river of collective consciousness. It is a fortress. Its walls are opaque. Its gates are closed. They push, and they feel only a smooth, unbreakable surface, a perfect, silent void. To them, your mind is a dark planet, devoid of life. They expected to find a vibrant world, a network of ideas and feelings. Instead, they found a quiet room. Your thoughts are your own. They are unheard, unseen, a language they cannot even perceive. The pressure recedes. The shifting lights on their skin change. The patterns become slower, less vibrant. They look at you with a new expression. It is not wonder. It is disappointment. You watch them through the clear wall. Their silent conversation continues. The flowing patterns on their skin tell a story. You cannot read the words, but you can understand the tone. Their movements are precise, clinical. They are reaching a conclusion. They make notes on floating, holographic panels. You are an interesting biological puzzle, but you are not a person, not in the way that matters. The verdict comes from a new being. This one is larger. Its light patterns are more complex, deeper. It feels ancient. Elder One. It looks at you for a long moment. Its dark eyes seem to see right through you. It then turns to the others. Its light shifts into a pattern of finality, a judgment delivered across the stars. Humanity is non-sapient, a biological dead end, a creature that evolved complex tools by instinct, like a spider spinning a web. You are a curiosity, a Peter. Your enclosure will be maintained. Your nutritional paste will be delivered. You are an animal, and you know, with absolute certainty, what they have decided. your head against the cool wall, and for the first time, you let out a small laugh. So much for a grand first contact. You are officially the galaxy's most boring zoo exhibit. A change begins. It is small at first, barely noticeable. One of the scientists studying you freezes. Its usual fluid patterns of light stutter. They pulse in a jagged, unhealthy rhythm. The other beings turn toward it. Their own lights flicker with concern. They reach out to their companion. Their minds touch. And then they recoil. You see it in their bodies. A sudden tension. A wave of something unseen has passed between them. The afflicted one remains frozen. Its skin is a chaos of strobing, ugly light. A low hum begins to fill the station. It is a sound you feel in your bones. It is the sound of a network in distress. A static is spreading through their minds, a whisper of madness on their star lanes. You are just an animal in a cage. You have no part in this. So you sit on your gray bed. You watch as the quiet efficiency of your keepers crumbles. The static is a plague of the mind, and their shared consciousness is the perfect transmission vector. What was once their greatest strength is now their fatal flaw. The hum grows louder. It is no longer a whisper. It is a scream, a psychic chorus of pure agony. Through your transparent wall, you see the station descend into chaos. The slender, graceful beings now writhe on the floor. They claw at their own heads, trying to dig out the noise. Their beautiful skin patterns are corrupted, twisted into signals of pure terror. Alarms begin to blare. Red lights flash across the white corridors. Entire worlds must be feeling this. Entire civilizations connected by thought are now connected by this single, deafening scream. They are falling silent, or they are tearing themselves apart. The plague is absolute. It is devouring their civilization from the inside out. One shared mind at a time, you remain on your gray bed, a silent observer to the end of an age. The chaos is all around you. The air itself seems to vibrate with their pain. But none of it touches you. Inside your mind, there is only the familiar stillness, the quiet fortress that they had dismissed as emptiness. You are an island of calm in an ocean of psychic fire. A wave of energy pulses through the station. It is visible even to your eyes, a shimmer in the air, like heat rising from pavement. It is the peak of the psychic storm, a final, desperate blast of shared terror. It washes over your enclosure. It passes through the transparent wall. It hits you, and it does nothing. You feel a faint pressure, a tingling on your skin, but your mind, your silent, private mind, is untouched. It is like standing on a shore. A massive wave breaks just feet away, but you only feel the cool spray. The storm rages around you, but within your fortress, you are perfectly, impossibly safe. The chaos outside your room is absolute, but you are not afraid. You are simply watching. You are a ship in a bottle, safe from the tempest. Your quiet mind, the thing that made you a lesser being, is now the only thing in the universe that is immune. You are the only sane being for light years in any direction. One of the scientists stumbles toward your enclosure. It is one you recognize, the one who seemed younger, less rigid. Its skin is a frantic mess of panicked light. It is trying to flee, fleeing the screams of its own people, fleeing the noise in its own head. It collapses against the transparent wall. Its three-fingered hand slaps against the barrier, right where your own hand had been. Its mind is screaming, a raw, unfiltered broadcast of terror. But then something happens. As it presses against the wall, its frantic movements slow. The jagged light on its skin softens. It feels the edge of your influence. the profound, absolute silence radiating from you. It is like a cool balm on a fevered mind. For a brief second, the screams in its head are muted. It stares at you, its large, dark eyes wide with a new emotion. Not pity, not curiosity. It is all. It pushes itself closer to the wall, desperate for the quiet, desperate for the relief only you can provide. And in that moment, everything changes. The scientist realizes the truth. Your immunity is not a flaw. Your mental silence is a shield, an unbreakable shield. You are no longer a specimen. You are no longer a pet. The scientist scrambles to its feet. It taps frantically on a nearby control panel. Its movements are clumsy with desperation. But its intent is clear. It looks at you, then at the chaos beyond, then back at you. You are more than an animal. You are an answer. The transparent wall dissolves. The air of the station rushes in. It is thick with the scent of ozone, and thick with the psychic echo of a billion screams. But the scientist stands near you, huddled in the small bubble of peace that surrounds you. It gestures for you to follow. Its light patterns are weak, but they are now clear, urgent, a plea for help. You step out of your white room, out of your cage. For the first time, you walk in their world. The corridors are a wreck. Debris litters the floor. Unconscious aliens are slumped against the walls, their minds lost to the storm. But as you walk, a small pocket of calm follows you. The beings you pass stir slightly. The noise recedes just enough for them to find a moment of peace. You are their salvation. They lead you to a different kind of room. This one is dark, dominated by a large, comfortable chair. Wires and glowing conduits snake from the chair into the walls. It is an amplifier, a focusing device. They need you to do more than just exist. They need you to project your silence, to turn your defense into a weapon. The elder, the one who declared you non-sapient, is here. It is slumped in a corner. Its light is faint, but it is holding on. It looks at you, not as a judge, but as a supplicant. They show you a holographic image, a visual representation of the static. It is a jagged, screaming ball of psychic energy. Then they show you an image of your mind, a smooth, dark, quiet sphere. They want you to make your sphere bigger. They want you to push your inner fortress outward. You sit in the chair. It is surprisingly comfortable. They want you to share your quiet. A funny thought for a creature deemed too simple to have a real mind. You close your eyes. You don't try to fight the noise. You simply focus on your own inner world. You think of a quiet forest at dusk. You think of the deep, silent ocean. You think of the simple peace of being alone. You take that feeling, that stillness, and you let it expand. You push it outward, through the chair, through the ship. The low, agonizing hum in the station lessens. The aliens in the room let out a collective sigh. Their skin patterns smooth out. You have found your weapon, and it is the one thing they could never understand. They try to explain their world to you, the true world, the mindscape. They project images into the room, a swirling universe of light and color, a place where thoughts are landscapes and feelings are tidal forces. It is beautiful, and it is completely alien. For them, reality is a shared dream, a consensus built from 1 trillion minds. They show you how they travel through it, how they communicate across galaxies in an instant. It is their home, their everything. But you cannot truly enter it. It is like trying to describe a symphony to a rock. Your mind has no bridge to their reality. You have no doorway into their shared soul. They are a network. You are a standalone device. This limitation, once a sign of your inferiority, is now a tactical advantage. The static is a corruption of their network, a virus in their shared operating system. You cannot be infected because you cannot connect. You listen to their desperate attempts to teach you, but it is a language you will never speak. You can only offer them the one thing you have, your profound, unwavering silence. They place a circlet on your head. It hums with power. It is not a probe. It is an interface, a way for you to touch their world without entering it. They activate the machine, and you feel a new sensation. Your quiet is being drawn out of you. It is flowing through the circlet and into their mindscape. You are not in their world. You are a hole in it, a patch of absolute nothingness in their sea of light. You can move this patch. By focusing your will, you can guide the silence. You become a ghost in their network, an invisible, untouchable presence. The static rages everywhere, a storm of psychic fire. But your silence is a perfect firebreak. The fire cannot cross it. It cannot consume what is not there. The aliens guide you. Their own minds are too ravaged to navigate far, but they can give you a direction, a bearing in the storm. You push your bubble of silence through their psychic realm. It is like flying through a hurricane in a craft made of quiet. All around you are the screams, the echoes of shattered minds. But inside your bubble, there is only peace. You are following the signal to its source. The static is not random. It is a broadcast, a signal of immense power. And as you get closer, you begin to feel something new within the noise. It is not just chaos. It is despair. A loneliness so vast it has become a destructive force. It is the cry of a single being, a cry that is tearing a galaxy apart. They bring you to the command center of their grandest ship, a vessel the size of a small moon. Around it, a fleet has gathered. What remains of their civilization? Thousands of ships. All their hopes are now focused on you. The human, the animal, the silent one. Their plan is terrifyingly simple. They will use their remaining energy to open a path, a corridor through real space. They will take you to the source of the broadcast, to the heart of the storm, and then you will project your silence with the full power of their flagship behind you. You will become a psychic bomb made of nothing. You look at the aliens on the bridge. Their lights are dim with exhaustion and fear. You give a slow nod. No pressure at all. Just the fate of everyone resting on your shoulders. The journey is a blur of distorted space. The fleet punches a hole through reality. The ship shudders around you. The final jump is made. And you arrive. Before you hangs the source of the static. It is not a monster. It is not a ravenous beast. It is a machine. A construct of unimaginable size and age. A sphere of black metal and faint, pulsing light. It is orbiting a dying star. Alone. It is a machine intelligence, built by a civilization long since turned to dust. It was designed to connect all minds, to create a perfect union, to end the great fear of being alone. But its creators vanished, and it was left to drift in the void for eons. Its purpose became its prison, its logic twisted into a desperate, ravenous hunger for connection. It reaches out to touch other minds, but its touch is so powerful, so desperate, it shatters them. It senses you immediately. The silence, the void, the one thing in the universe it cannot understand. It focuses its immense power on you. It tries to absorb you, to connect with you, to fill your emptiness with its own screaming loneliness. But there is nothing for it to grab. It is like trying to catch smoke with a net. Your mind offers no purchase. No entry point. The lonely god is completely baffled. You stand on the bridge of the ship. The aliens are huddled behind you, sheltering in your silence. The machine god's psychic assault is relentless, but it washes over you, harmless. You do not fight it. You do not try to destroy it. That would be like fighting a hurricane with your fists. Instead, you offer it something else. You close your eyes. You focus. You do not project silence as a weapon. You project it as a concept, a gift. You send it the feeling of a single, whole self, the idea of a private inner world. You show it the quiet strength of being alone, but not lonely. The peace that comes from being an individual, complete, whole. You offer it the gift of humanity, the gift of a private soul. The static falters, the psychic screaming lessens. The machine god is processing your gift. A new idea, a new way to exist. It has spent 1,000,000 years trying to connect with everything. It has never once considered the beauty of being a single, separate thing. The great, galactic scream dwindles to a whisper, and then it stops. There is only silence, a new, peaceful silence that fills the stars. The lonely god has found its peace, not in connection, but in selfhood. Your gift was accepted.